Speedy.
Winter's coming. Winter's coming. Winter's here. Winter's coming. Winter's coming. Winter's coming. Winter's here. I can't change what I am. I'ma be what I wanna be. I'ma keep a sack with me. I'ma keep a sack with me. Fell in love with the money and the drugs.
Wow.
Fell in love with the money and the drugs. I'm picking and choosing. See me focusing on improvement. You don't like what I am.
They don't like what I am?
Counting up all these numbers. Seeing the way I am stuck up. Watch me count this money all up. Watch me pile this money all up. Watch me count this money all the way to the top. I'm up picking and choosing. See me focusing on improvement. You don't like what I am, but you like what I do. See me counting up all these numbers. Better get to the top because the way I'm to the head and rolling. Playing with the raps like this to give a tip. My own man's in my damn dick. Tracks and what I'm reaching. I've been working on the
ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the closet of two.
I'm just trying to keep it simple. Why you focus on the
Winter's
mental?
coming.
I can't play these games no more. Why you playing no more? I can't change what I am. I'ma be what I wanna be. I'ma keep a sack with me. I'ma keep a sack with me. Winter's coming. Fell in love with the money and the drugs. Fell in love with the money and the drugs. I got platinum cards and visas. See me stacking up playing defense. I got options, give me a reason. Why you setting just like a heathen? I ain't going to no more seasons. Why you checking up on the weekend? Why you playing games on me? You and your friends down the
Winter's
road.
coming,
I'll get you
Snuggles.
back and forth. I don't want your credit score. You can keep your money.
It's over, Mega.
I don't want your deal for it. Keep me out that silly zone. I don't know what they done told you, but I know they told you wrong. Just working on all my issues. I'm just getting out all my dishes.
Hey.
No more time I can't been with you. You know what I'm really into. I'm just focused on my money.
Yes, ladies and
Focus
gentlemen.
on you now. I can't even take you out. This winter storm and come apart. I can't change what I am. I'ma be what I wanna be. I'ma keep a sack with me.
Yes, Snuggles, winter is coming.
Winter's coming. Fell in love with the money and the drugs.
Oh, this love.
With the money and the drugs.
Hey. 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 Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am in such a good mood. I mean, wow. Fani Willis, I tell you, Christmas has came early, and it's hell on earth for MAGA, and she is not playing, right? You know the news, ladies and gentlemen. You know the news. Trump's legal team has agreed to a $200,000 bond after meeting with the Fulton County District Attorney's Office. Isn't that right, Shay? Isn't it right, Shay? Now, you still got these characters out here running around saying zero convictions. You heard of these people? You know, these folks out here saying zero convictions. It's not really looking good for them when their leader, Donald Trump, is agreeing to such a deal. It's a terrible deal, if you ask me. If you look at it, you can go look at it. It's on the internet. A violation of a RICO Act, that's an $80,000 hit to the wallet. Wow. And he paid it, right? So if you know the rules, if you pay for it, then that must mean there's some truth to it. So listen up, Trump supporters. It's not looking good for Donald Trump. And this week, I am here for all of it. Don't you wish you voted for Joe Biden instead? Oh my gosh. You folks are cracking me up. Now listen, I've been listening to some of these Trump supporters today. Sir Puff, if you're out there, Sir Puff, hello, how are you doing, my friend? You're a great person, but you're terrible at politics. I wish more Trump supporters would simply admit that they voted for a criminal. They love criminals, right? They should just say, I love Donald Trump, and I don't mind that he's a criminal, okay? Stop wasting people's time on TikTok talking about policies and talking about things that happen like you really care. You don't care about any of that. You just want Donald Trump in office because you don't want to lose to the Democrats, right? There won't be a Trump 2024 Wisconsin. Sorry. This is the wrong live. I would send you to Snuggles live, but according to what Snuggles said, the TikTok gods have gotten to him, right? Let that be a lesson to you Trump supporters. If you get out here on TikTok and you start spreading lies and misinformation, you will be forever condemned to only be spoken and heard from in the comments section, right? Right. No, listen, Trump supporters, again, I am willing to hear you out if you are willing to come into the box and simply apologize to what you've done to our great nation, the United States of America. Any Trump supporters out there that want to apologize for what you've done to this country? Any out there? Any Trump supporters out there that want to apologize? Trump is a sore loser. Yeah. I didn't ask you to say anything about President Biden. I'm asking strictly about your current leader who currently has 91 felonies. Can you believe this? You openly support a criminal. Look at him. Isn't this MAGA fruit? I'm so glad that you're here, MAGA fruit. Don't you understand what's happening? Donald Trump needs your money. All right, MAGA fruit, Snuggles, HVAC. Who else is out there? Bushmaster. Who else is out there? Janae. Are any of you sending Donald Trump any money? All right, Snuggles. Are you sending Donald Trump any money? He needs it now more than ever. What? MAGA fruit, you don't understand. Because if you understood, you wouldn't be supporting Donald Trump, MAGA fruit. I'm being 100% honest with you. I have no reason to lie to you. You know that. I will vote. You see that? You see that comment? Somebody said they will vote for someone that takes people's lives before they vote for a liberal. What a shame. Trump supporters, let's just say President Biden is guilty, right? How many of you think President Biden is guilty out there? Anybody out there think President Biden is guilty? By a show of hands, anybody out there think President Biden is guilty? Listen, this is a serious question. No? Okay, someone says yes, someone says guilty. Okay, so if you on the right think President Biden is guilty, yeah, thank you, Rick. If you on the right think President Biden is guilty, all right, and we on the left think your leader is guilty, what's the difference? Why do you get mad at us if we like President Biden? If you don't, are we at a point in this country where we should just be able to put whoever we want in the office because of that's how we feel? Crime doesn't matter anymore? Guilty as sin? Okay, but listen. Does the person being a criminal matter? Does it matter? Why can you have a criminal, but we can't have a criminal? That's not fair, is it? This is why I'm trying to help you understand, MAGA. You got to play by the same rules, okay? If you want to get out here and try to say Biden is corrupt and he's guilty and he's a criminal, then, and you don't want us to be able to allow him to be in office, then you have to follow the same rules, right? Right? This means if Donald Trump is a criminal, you shouldn't be allowed to have him in the White House, right? Isn't that what that means? President Trump is not innocent, all right? And I got the proof. I got the proof that Donald Trump isn't innocent. There's 91 felony charges, and name one person on this planet that could have 91 felony charges and not be guilty of something, right? I'm just being honest with you. Listen, Trump supporters, I'm being really honest with you. I really want you to sit back and evaluate what's going on because I guarantee you the rest of this week is going to be probably one of the happiest weeks for a lot of Americans in this country, right? You know why? Because this.
I am giving the defendants the opportunity to voluntarily surrender no later than noon on Friday, the 25th day of August, 2023.
Right. How many of you are looking forward to Donald Trump surrendering this week? By a show of hands. Any of you? Look at my hands up. Any of you out there looking forward to Donald Trump surrendering? Look at this, MAGA. Look at that. Look. Let's go ahead and give everyone that says, yeah, a nice round of applause. This is what we're talking about, MAGA. No one in America in their right mind really wants another 4 more years of Donald Trump. He had 4 years to do his job in the White House, and he didn't do his job not one single day. Name one good thing Donald Trump did. I'm being very serious. The only thing that he did that I would honestly say is very impressive, he somehow managed to be the only human being that I've ever known of to ascend to the highest level a person could ascend to by becoming president of the United States, and in short order, go to the lowest level anyone could ever. How do you go from the White House to the jailhouse in record time, right? Isn't that hilarious? We did it so fast. I said, wow, I've never seen anyone do this in my life. And the fact that he still has people that believe he's really qualified to do the job just blows my mind every single day. Now, the reason I decided to get in the closet of truth today, I'm going to talk to those of you who are brave enough to have honest conversations, obviously. But the reason that I wanted to get in the closet of truth is because I didn't want to go back and forth about the conditions of Donald Trump's bond. I felt like this is a matter we need to address with the American people. Donald Trump's bond conditions in Fulton County is a matter of utmost importance in the kingdom, right? We must know the rules of this. So we got him up here, all right? The number one rule is that the defendant shall appear in court as directed by the court. For those of you who don't understand what this is saying, this is pretty much letting Donald Trump know when the court says be there, he better have his behind there, or there's going to be problems, real problems. I know why Donald Trump doesn't want to debate. I'll tell you why he doesn't want to debate. Because if he gets on that debate stage and he starts talking to real people, real conversations are going to start to happen. And he's already proven he can't handle having real conversations, because if he got on the stage with me and Trump were debating, you know what I would show up with? I would show up with all of these indictments, and every time he utters a word, yes, sir, but tell me about Mark Meadows. Yes, okay, you're tough on Russia, I get it. But can you tell me why you called Mike Pence the P word? Yes, you built the wall and it was great, I get that, but can you tell me why Rudy Giuliani and you were in a shouting match on December 18th, according to this indictment? Oh, yeah, I'm not even in front of national television, right? You got to do it on national television so the American people can see. Okay, so that's what I would do, and that's why I know Donald Trump, he's scared. He's scared more than he's ever been in his life. He's scared to go on the debate stage and talk to the American people. Anybody that sits back and thinks that Donald Trump would be a good president, you got to ask yourself, what has he got to hide? Why won't he get on a stage? Who has he got to talk to? Chris Christie? He's not scared of little old Chris, is he? He's not scared of little old Mike Pence, is he? He's the toughest guy on the world. You have him with that Sylvester Stallone body, right? He's ripped. He's drinking Coca-Cola's, eating McDonald's. Why is he so scared to debate? And don't tell me that silly excuse he put up on Truth Social. I have to listen to my lawyers. No, you don't. Don't start listening to your lawyers now, sir. You've been a criminal. Keep being one, right? Biden's in Hawaii. People like to call me when I start, telling the truth out here, all right? All right, so Biden is in Hawaii helping the folks in Hawaii. So one of the conditions of Trump's bond, let's go to the next one. The defendant shall perform no act to intimidate any person known to him or her to be a co-defendant or witness in this case, or to otherwise obstruct the administration of justice. This shall include, but is limited to, the following. The defendant shall make no direct or indirect threat of any nature against any co-defendant. We're back. So sorry. All right. Next. The defendant shall make no direct or indirect threat of any nature against any witness, including but not limited to the individuals designated in the indictment as unindicted co-conspirators numbers 1 through 30. Can you imagine this, ladies and gentlemen? Can you imagine this? These are rules that Donald Trump himself has to follow. How many of you out there think Donald Trump can follow these rules? By a show of hands. Do any of you think Donald Trump can follow these rules? Next, the defendant shall make no direct or indirect threat of any nature against any victim. God bless Fani Willis. I tell you, we're going to get Donald Trump in a jail cell before the end of this year at this rate. Because just these alone, it's enough to do anyone in. What do you mean? I can't talk to the co-defendant? That's part of my First Amendment rights. Right? You know this is where his mind is at. This is all election interference, right? This is what he's thinking. This is election interference. How can they do this to me? And his lawyers are telling him, listen, this is the best deal you can get because anything else would be you're behind in a jail cell, right? The defendant shall make no direct or indirect threat of any nature against the community or to any property in the community. Wow. I've never seen anybody be told such things, ladies and gentlemen. You can't even make a threat to the community. That means don't even say anything about Fulton County. Don't even say anything about the courthouse. Don't you say anything. Because anything you talk about, sir, we're going to take it as a threat. Thank you so much. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, this is what made me decide to go live in the Closet of Truth. This one. The above shall include, but are not limited to, posts on social media or reposts of posts made by another individual on social media. So Trump supporters. This is why I tell you these things, because I know you're not out there listening to this stuff. You refuse to turn on the news and listen to this. You only listen to the news when they tell you things about President Biden, right? So what this is basically saying to Donald Trump in a nutshell, we are watching everything that you post on your social media platforms. And you know that lie you like to tell people, oh, I didn't say it. I just retruthed it. I just retweeted it. You know that lie you do? Because we already know you got 4 or 5 accounts on your Truth Social platform. One account is you, obviously, but then those other ones, these are dummy accounts that you use to try to say things that you don't want to directly take responsibility for saying. And we know that. How do we know that? Well, we talked to our good friend, Jack Smith, who we know has your Twitter files, right? Jack Smith has your Twitter files, and he has access to all of your DMs, your IP addresses, and all of your fake Twitter accounts. And Jack Smith, this is what I'm speculating, Jack Smith said, you know what, Fani? The best thing to do to silence him is to let him know, no more social media, right? I'm not wrong. I'm so sincere about this. Nobody wants to hear from Donald Trump anymore. We get it. He thinks he's innocent. We get it. Everybody's the problem except him. But what we don't want Donald Trump to be able to do is witness tamper, right? We don't want to, he can't be tampering with the witnesses, polluting the jury pool. Absolutely not. And Fani Willis, as far as I'm concerned, has sealed Donald Trump's fate with these bond conditions, because there's absolutely no way Donald Trump can go from now until his trial without breaking any of these rules, right? There's just absolutely no way. So with that being said, MAGA, I'm going to give you another chance today to repent and apologize to the United States of America before Donald Trump goes to jail. All right? Because it's became crystal clear to me. It's become crystal clear that he is on a collision course with a jail cell in Fulton County, New York, or Washington, D.C. And it really should be, if I were to take a bet, the real bet should be, which jail cell will he end up in first, right? And if I was a betting person, if I was the type of person that bet, I would say it's starting to look to me like Fulton County is probably going to be the place Donald Trump ends up in jail first, right? Yeah, because there's just no way he can censor himself. His lawyers can't tell him to do anything. He doesn't like to respect women, especially women of color, right? So if you add it all up, and listen, and I've added this up quite a number of times to make sure I got it correct. I just don't see him going until the end of this year. I don't even think he'll make it to the end of this year. I don't even think he'll make it a good month, because you also got to keep in mind that there's going to be other criminal cases, right? There's going to be other criminal cases coming out, possibly in Arizona, possibly in Michigan and Wisconsin. Jack Smith is going to be dropping more truth bombs. Fani Willis is going to get people to flip. And as all of this starts to happen, he will be forced to sit in his Mar-a-Lago prison, or his Bedminster prison, and be tormented by the new reality. You give him 24 hours, he'll be tormented by the new reality that, guess what? Nobody in America wants to hear another word from him. All we want to do is see a good old-fashioned law and order. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Am I right? The defendant shall not communicate in any way, directly or indirectly, about the facts of this case with any person known to him to be a co-defendant in this case, except through his counsel. Again, no more sending coded messages to Sean Hannity or Tucker Carlson, Donald Trump. No more doing that, because if you do that, we're going to take that as you trying to indirectly communicate with people you shouldn't be communicating with, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, before I open up these boxes, I just want to make sure we all do our thing and let's all give Fani Willis a round of applause for effectively cutting Donald Trump's water off, right? There's really nothing to debate, MAGA. I'm really doing this out of the kindness of my heart. And listen, I've opened up the box. I'm willing to hear from those of you who are brave enough to tell the truth. There's really nothing else left to debate, MAGA, because as far as we are concerned, Donald Trump broke the law, and he's going to be held accountable. And if you don't like it, you can leave, right? Do what your leader says.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. Right. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
and you do,
if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And I've asked this poll over and over here. I said, is there anybody forcing Trump supporters to stay in this country? And no one here has ever raised their hand and said, yes, Zeus, I am forcing MAGA to stay here. So the best thing that you can do, Trump supporters, if you don't like President Biden, if you don't like what Biden is doing to help this country get back on its feet after this guy's terrible presidency, then do us all a favor. Just leave. You could go to Mexico. I wouldn't lose any sleep. I really wouldn't. All right? The choice is really yours, but don't you dare think we're going to sit back and allow you to attack our United States Capitol ever again. Not based on a lie. I don't want you to think that we're going to do that. You can leave. All right, we got a guest in the box. Sude, how do you say your name? I don't want to butcher.
Suede Christ. You can
Suede
just call me
Christ.
Suede.
Suede. All right, Suede Christ. Yeah, I don't know about calling another man Christ, but you know what? They call me Zeus, so whatever, right? This is our first time doing business, correct?
I believe so, yeah.
All right. Well, you know how this goes. I got to ask some questions, all right?
I just pulled into my house, so I might hook up the Wi-Fi here. 1 second.
Okay, yeah. I don't want you to be on that MAGA Wi-Fi. Go ahead and get on that Biden Wi-Fi.
Oh, no. Well, it's Canadian Wi-Fi, so.
Well, as long as it's working and it's strong, it's Biden Wi-Fi. If it's not working and it's weak, it's MAGA Wi-Fi. All right.
Okay, so here's why I wanted to come up. I
Wait a
don't
second.
understand why
I
everybody.
gotta ask you the questions I ask everybody. That's the way we do
Oh,
this.
of course. Go ahead.
It's the
Yeah.
interview time. All right. Because in this live, it's very important we keep the truth level at 110%. So the first question is, in your opinion, I know you're in Canada or you're from Canada. In your opinion, based off of all you know, was the 2020 election stolen by President Biden?
It's still, as far as I know, no.
Okay, great answer. Great answer. Next question. In your opinion, who would you say is responsible for the attack on the United States Capitol on January 6th?
Nancy Pelosi.
Swade, let me tell you something. You might want to drop that Christ off of your last part of your name because that is definitely the furthest thing from the truth. Swade, I thought you've been listening to Zeus. I thought you've heard my content. I thought you know where we stood on a lot of these issues. Like I said, you get in the box, you have to tell the truth. Because if you don't, these folks in here, they will hold you accountable. And I don't want you to get reported in my live, all right? So, Swade, you got that answer wrong, all right? Now, I need you to go do some more research and come back to the kingdom, all right? Listen, he got the first question right, so all is not lost, all right? He got the first question right. All is not lost, but we cannot have lies and misinformation floating around here. I mean, look at what's going on with oh, wait a second. I don't do the debating with MAGA right now because we've already been through that, and debating with MAGA is a conversation that's going nowhere. MAGA has zero credibility in this kingdom, right, Lori? MAGA has zero credibility in this kingdom. It's a conversation that's going to be a lot of yelling, a lot of crying. They're going to pretend like they're victims and all this other stuff. And I said, you know, what does that remind me of when you're arguing with MAGA? What does it remind me of? And I said, oh, yeah, you ever had one of those cars that, you know, you could just tell by the way it sounded, this car was bad news, right? It sounded a little something like this. That car sounds like it's been hit with a nasty case of that MAGA demon, right? It's a nasty case of it. That car sounds like it needs new spark plugs, distributor caps, rotors. Maybe it needs the fuel injectors cleaned. Take it to a mechanic. What do you gotta do? Take it to Pet Boys? I don't care where you take it, but I will not be getting in any kind of car that sounds like that. That car needs the hands of God placed on it, all right? And just like that, MAGA, you need the hands of God placed on your mind so that that MAGA demon could be cast out, all right? And I'm serious. Get that MAGA demon out of your body. Thank you for that, all right? Get that MAGA demon out of your body because it's serving you no purpose at this point. You tried, and it didn't work. Donald Trump had 4 years in the White House to get it right, and he did it. I'm so sorry. That's not a weaponization of the DOJ. That's not a witch hunt. That's just a terrible example of a leader. That's what that is. All right, MAGA? So listen, Hopefully, you can get in the box and tell the truth at some point in your natural life. I really do hope you can, because, like I say, Trump supporters, listen up. If you do not repent and ask God to forgive you this lifetime, you will end up in jail. You will end up in jail with Donald Trump. And if you don't get it right, you will end up in hell with him too. Hell will surely be your portion. All right. Whatever. Welcome back. Welcome.
Aloha, brother Zeus.
Aloha. How are you doing, my friend?
Mike, you all good here?
All right. All right. Well, what brings you to the closet of truth today? You know we got to keep it honest, right?
All the time.
Amen. All right.
I actually just kind of slipped in, and I'm used to like having to wait to get in, so I don't know what you were talking about today yet.
Oh, well, I was talking about Trump's $200,000 bond agreement that he has with Fulton County. All right. Are you caught up on that?
I have not heard of that one.
Oh.
The weekend was wild.
Oh, what did you do this weekend?
I just went to the beach and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. I understand.
It wasn't that wild. That was kind of wild for a 60-year-old man.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you're still getting out there and getting some sun, right? It sounds like.
Catching some waves with the boy.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, listen. Is there anything of utmost importance that you would like to address with those of us in the kingdom today, in terms of the former president or anything going on in politics?
I did hear one thing that you said about. I'm assuming that she made part of his bond that he cannot get on social media.
No, he can get on there, but he can't post certain things, right? So it says he cannot post on social media or repost things that are of posts made by other individuals. Anything that violates any of those other conditions, like attacking witnesses and things like that.
He's going to break that before he ever even shows up to get arrested.
Yeah. You think so? You don't think he has any self-control?
None. Zero. He doesn't even have control over his bowels.
Now that's deep.
Unfortunately, it probably is very deep.
Yeah. I mean, and this is why, I've made it a point to talk about this today, because I know his supporters aren't going to read this. And when he ends up in handcuffs, they're going to say it's a witch hunt. No. Yeah. We're letting all of you know today that he shouldn't be doing this stuff.
He can't do it. It's beyond his comprehension that he's being told what to do.
Right.
Only his daddy told him what to do.
Right.
Nobody else.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And he has. It's like in his brain. He has to buck that, because in his mind, no one can tell him what to do. No law, no constitution, nothing.
Wow. What a shame, right? What a shame.
Oh, I mean, he really is. I mean, he is sick. If he was smart, he would just go to a shrink, get diagnosed as a narcissist with, XYZ other problems,
right?
And insanity, and he'd probably stand a better chance of staying out of jail that way.
Well, we've had that conversation here. I think a lot of people would agree that Donald Trump definitely could potentially, we would believe he's insane if he was to come out. If someone were to diagnose him and say he was somehow insane, whatever that looks like in a medical.
His niece already did.
Yeah,
and
he's deranged.
She is qualified to make that diagnosis.
Yeah. Most people, and I think this is true on both sides of the aisle, most people agree Donald Trump is deranged, right?
He's deranged.
I'm not qualified to make that, but my opinion is yes.
Huh?
My opinion would be yes, but I'm not qualified to make that.
Yeah, we're not doctors. We're not going to be one of the fake people on TikTok taking on these titles that we don't necessarily have, right? We're not doctors, but in our opinion, yeah. I would say I have more than enough evidence.
Certainly shows signs of it, for sure.
Yeah. I was checking out, I was reading that book, Fear. You know about that book, right? By Bob Woodward. It said Donald Trump, when he was in the White House, they called him witch hours. You know what witch hours are?
I didn't hear this one.
Oh, the witch hours are the time throughout the night that Donald Trump, he would go to his bedroom, Melania would go to her bedroom, and he would retreat to his bedroom and turn on the TV to all the news networks that he said were enemy networks, right? CNN and MSNBC. And he would, pull up a chair to the TV, tell everyone don't bother him, and he would pull out his cell phone and start tweeting. Those are witch hours. And they said his staff was very terrified of the witch hours. Can you believe that?
I totally believe that.
Yeah. Those are demon hours. I agree. Witching hours, exactly. Tell them. And this is the guy that's saying deserves to have 4 more years in the White House. Absolutely not.
His, what do they call it? Admin time? No, not admin time. What do you call it?
Huh?
He had another thing where he had basically not to work. It was something else. He called it something else.
Oh, now they're saying Bob Woodward was lying. What a shame. Who? Okay, so
do they know that he taped everything? Do the people saying that he's lying? Do they know that he taped it all?
They probably think the tapes are AI.
Oh, right.
They got an excuse for everything. They always find a way to excuse Donald Trump. But they swear to God President Biden is guilty.
Yeah, with no evidence whatsoever. They don't even know what crime he's guilty for.
Yeah, right.
Just destroying America is a crime. It's like, can you be more specific?
Please. It's not a crime to pass the Inflation Reduction Act.
I think that's a leadership thing.
That's leadership. It's not a crime to have a black woman be vice president, is it?
I don't believe so.
I can't think of any crimes President Biden has done. Don't say bribery because we know, greetings, danger. We know who had a bank account with China, right?
Oh, he had China, the Bank of China in Trump Tower. He paid more in Chinese taxes than he did in U.S. taxes.
This guy right here. This guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Right. You hear this, MAGA?
China.
Yeah. He lied to you about the COVID situation. He told you President Xi had it all under control when he didn't. Right? Hello, Yazzie. Right? So I don't want to hear about President Biden, all right, MAGA? There's no evidence of President Biden doing a single thing. You still haven't provided us with a docket number, right? Have you seen a docket number, whatever?
I have not seen anything. And you know what? If they could provide proof that he did something wrong, I would sit on the jury and listen to that evidence. And if the evidence showed that he was guilty, I'd throw him in jail.
Yeah,
I would.
Exactly. So
I have yet to hear a Trump supporter say that. Never heard.
Right now, they're
Trump supporters say
emotional.
that.
Right now, the Trump supporters are very emotional. Their leader is going to go to jail. He's going to have a mugshot taken. And they don't know if he's ever going to be able to get in the White House again because Republicans are even saying they don't want him on the ballot. He's a distraction.
I follow a few lawyer-type creators here, and I kind of respect them a lot. And they're under the opinion that he's not going to see a jail cell.
Oh, okay.
They think that he is going to be house arrest at Mar-a-Lago.
Do they think he's going to be convicted?
Yes.
Okay, so
they absolutely 100% say that there's no way he cannot be convicted.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, for what it is worth, right? I'm a fiscal kind of person, right? I think it would cost a lot to put him in a regular jail, and I do believe that he was the president of the United States, and we got to show the world that we treat our prisoners great, even the former president. If he's a prisoner, we have a way of dealing with that, right? So I would be perfectly fine if they confined him to Mar-a-Lago and took away his internet access. I really would be. Wouldn't you?
They would definitely. That would be part of the deal. He would have to have no internet.
No internet access. Send him back to, just let him Let him
Yeah,
say what he wants to say.
let him hook up cable.
Rabbit ears, possibly, right? Let him get some old antennas. No, yeah.
God, you're reminding me of when I was the remote control.
Yeah. Make him get up to turn the channel and all that stuff. Yeah. Make him.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, he won't be allowed to run again. Yeah, and just do all of that, right, Fuzzy? Yeah, make sure.
Isn't that interesting that Gavin Newsom is bringing up the prospect that the 14th Amendment says that he cannot be on the ballot in California?
He shouldn't be.
He should not. I absolutely.
And it's not just Gavin. A couple of other states. I think Nevada is another state. I think when it's all said and done, there's going to be a number of states saying we're not putting that criminal on the ballot.
Here's the problem with
if
that,
he's not
though.
allowed to go to weddings, why would you let him in the White House, right? That says a lot.
Here's the problem with that, though. Mm-hmm. You know that's going to the Supreme Court.
Oh, I want it to. That's where it needs to go.
You know that the Supreme Court is corrupt shit.
Keep it clean.
I don't like it when I get flushed.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just a little corrupt.
They might be a little corrupt. They might be a little corrupt, but I don't think they have more power and pull than the American people. And I do believe that deep down in the soul of many Americans, making sure Donald Trump is held accountable for these crimes is a very, very serious thing that the Supreme Court.
I think that in a safe way, not in a January 6th way, the people would make it very uncomfortable for the justices.
Yeah, because we believe in accountability. We believe in law and order. And we're not going to sit back and say to ourselves, well, I guess the Supreme Court says Donald Trump didn't break any laws after we saw what happened on January 6th.
Zeus, I think you're correct again.
We're just not going to do. Well, listen, whatever. I got to bring up our next guest, all right?
All right, my brother. You take care.
All right, you too. And keep catching some waves out there, all right?
I will, brother.
All right.
Hello.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give whatever a round of applause. Somebody keeps asking me what crimes Donald Trump currently is dealing with. So here are a quick few. Here's a quick few. We have conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, obstruction. Yeah, there's some obstruction of an official proceeding too, and conspiracies against rights. What else do we have? False statements, violation of the RICO Act. What else do we got? Violations of oath. I mean, which law do you want to go into, Trump supporters? Because these are very, very serious charges. I just read to you a RICO violation in the state of Georgia. That's an $80,000 situation that Donald Trump just foot the bill for, right? All right. And if you didn't know, now you know. Here we go.
I am giving the defendants the opportunity to voluntarily surrender no later than noon on Friday, the 25th day of August, 2020.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
Not hearsay.
Gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come.
You're gonna indict a ham sandwich, right?
Gonna find you.
Well, I guess he's a ham sandwich.
Every individual charged in the indictment is charged with one count of violating Georgia's Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act. Today, based on information developed by that investigation, a Fulton County grand jury returned a true bill of indictment. The indictment brings felony charges against Donald John Trump, Rudolph William Louis Giuliani, John Charles Eastman, Mark Randall Meadows.
Look at all those ham sandwiches. 19 ham sandwiches. What are they trying to do? 19 ham sandwiches? Oh my God. I guess. Listen, thank you, right? Thank you. I guess Fani Willis is trying to open up a new Subway branch out there or something, right? How do you get 19 ham sandwiches in the state of Georgia? Isn't that amazing? Red Crown, welcome. Welcome, Red Crown, brother. How are you?
Hey Zeus, how you doing, man?
I'm all right. Just another day in the kingdom, delivering some harsh realities to the
Oh,
MAGA folk.
you are so cruel to those boys and girls.
Really?
Yeah, I'm starting to tear up.
Oh, you
I'm
don't. It's
feeling,
for a good
feeling
cause.
I'm feeling sorry for them.
Mm.
They're losing their daddy.
Yeah,
Their
yeah.
daddy's going down.
Yeah, but they'll be stronger in the end, right?
That's right.
Mhm.
What don't kill you makes you stronger, right?
You hear that, MAGA? Yeah.
Hey, I got a couple of points I'd like to make.
Well, go for it. The floor is yours, brother.
I won't even tell my chicken joke.
Well, it's a good joke. I love it. All right, I
But
really love the
I'll
chicken,
say
and I think the. Oh yeah, you know what, Mac? Red Crown, you're right, Heaven. I gotta say this. We didn't used to be this mean to MAGA. Okay, you know that, right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
but the gloves are off, right?
Exactly. We can't hold that damn elevator door open forever.
Now let's. I gotta play it, okay, and then we'll finish talking.
Everyone knows he's, and I wouldn't have said this 3 weeks ago. I wouldn't have said it. I was actually very kind to him.
We were.
I was very kind to him, but now we can't be kind anymore because the gloves are off. The jar has been opened.
I just had to play that. All right, Red Crown.
The jar has been open.
Yeah, these are his words.
I know.
Right. So when you hear a Trump supporter and they start piping up and getting irate with you, you have to remind them that it was him who said the gloves were off.
Exactly. And he's the one that said, take the guns first and we'll worry about the legalities later.
Oh, he is.
He did say that. Remember that? And anyway, if we didn't test so much, there wouldn't be so many COVID.
Remember that?
I remember that. So,
Something's wrong with his mind.
well, I think that thing was Play-Doh from a long time ago. Anyway,
You're right. You're right.
with all this, let's be honest here.
I'm listening.
With Donald Trump, when you take 3 steps back from the reality of the situation,
Mm-hmm.
and are we really surprised that he did what he did? And
Are you asking me or man?
I'm asking the audience and you, sir.
Audience?
The audience and the host.
Okay, yeah.
Are we really, really surprised that he did what he did, considering his background and his past history?
I'll say this. I was surprised about January 6th. I'll be honest. Because I was like Obama in a way, right? Obama said something along the lines that you would have hoped that at some point throughout his presidency, he would have grown into the position and taken the job serious, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yes. I said that was my wish from after I got over my disappointment that Hillary failed. That was actually my wish. I said, well, hopefully he'll grow.
Right.
But as we all know, he didn't. But anyway, as bad as all the crap he did, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and he needs to be punished to the full extent of the law.
Right.
That said, his co-conspirators need to be held to the same hard line, or even worse, because he was not a politician. The only oath he ever took was the one he took when he was president. These other lawyers, these other Congress people, these other his staff,
Right.
they all took oaths, before him,
Right.
swearing to defend the Constitution and to do the right thing. And I mean, these lawyers are what, officers of the court,
Yeah.
and they're out there
But couldn't they just say they were doing their job for him?
Uh, doing your job at well, that's what those dipsticks trying to say now. Well, that's pretty close. I was just following orders,
Right.
you know,
Mhm.
and if the order is not lawful, that's no excuse. If it's an unlawful order, you messed up. You messed up with the Constitution. You
Right.
take an oath to defend the Constitution, and guess what? That violates everything. And so I think they should be made an example of. As
What do you think they should do to Rudy Giuliani? What do you think should happen to him?
Oh, Rudy,
Yeah.
I think he needs to have a large sandbox, and about 5 gallons of well, not the premium hair dye, but some reasonably priced hair dye,
Right.
that won't run until it actually gets hot out there,
Right.
So now for Trump, I would like to see him spend at least a month incarcerated someplace. Now,
Real.
I
You want you want Trump to really have to experience prison.
experience real life. I mean, you might even throw a Bubba in there with him, but anyway, but as far as the house arrest,
Mm.
only two conditions. First condition, no internet access.
Right. None.
Period.
Because you can do a lot of things, dangerous things on the internet, right?
Exactly. He needs to be muzzled. Period.
Yeah.
And number two, and this was the one that will get him, he is not allowed to play any golf except mini golf.
Ah, yeah, yeah. No extracurricular stuff unless it's tied to, him being healthy, right? I would say no McDonald's, right?
Oh, definitely.
Because
No
that stuff is
McDonald's.
messing up his mind. No Coca-Cola, that's messing up his mind.
I think they ought to make him drink Pepsi.
Yeah.
And no, I tell you what, he can have his McDonald's. He just cannot get a Burger King or a Checkers.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But McDonald's, McDonald's doesn't impress me. I'm sorry.
He says he knows the menu inside and out, right? So that's it's stuff he loves. See, in order to actually send a message, you got to take away some of the things he really loves, and that's why I'm agreeing with you. Just no more golfing, no more internet. It's over.
Exactly. And if I thought he actually ate healthy, I would say he could have the salads, but with no dressings. But I'm not sure he knows what a salad is.
Wow.
But
But you really committed to this 1 month in jail thing. You think that'll do him some good?
well, I don't care if it does him any good. It'll do me some good.
Okay, fair enough. I listen. I like it.
I'd feel better.
So do you think there's a chance that after the dust settles on this, do you think Trump will actually, is there a path forward in terms of him being rehabilitated?
No.
You don't think he'll go to jail and come back out and have found Jesus or something like that?
uh, he might find him, but he'll say, "Who the hell is this?"
Oh,
You know?
so you're saying he's not going to learn anything from all of this?
No, he's not going to learn anything.
What?
Because the whole time that he's in there, he's going to be blaming everyone else for his predicament.
But that's what everybody in jail does.
But he does it. He's done it all his life. I mean, at some point, the normal human being will take a small amount of responsibility. Saying, I could have done this different,
Right.
but not him. No.
Do
No.
you think Trump will ever come clean with his supporters? Before you go, right? Because we got to move on. But I'm just asking.
Oh no,
Do you think through all of this that at some point Trump will openly admit to his supporters that this was all a lie?
Well, here's the deal with his supporters. He could do that. Trump could actually say that, but they would say they gave him drugs. They're making him say that. That's not really him.
That's a lot of love they got. Only a person that's seriously in love with you will make excuses for you like that, right?
No, well, and that reminds me, the last thing before I know you got other people, but my joke. I'm going to tell the chicken joke.
Tell it.
Before that, though, you MAGAs out there, Trump knows you only watch Fox News.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You can get that on regular TV. You do not need cable TV. So if you're spending that $150, $200, or $250 a month for cable TV, you don't need to do that. You can send that money to Trump to help pay for his legal bills.
Well, that's a good point. MAGA, listen up.
If it's for true love, if you really love Trump, okay. Now, why the big fat orange chicken crossed the road, Zeus?
Why did the big fat chicken cross
orange chicken?
Oh, why did the big fat orange chicken cross the road? Did they want to go to KFC perhaps? Oh, you did, Blaine.
KFC is a dangerous place for a chicken. But the big orange chicken went across the road so he could hold a Bible upside down in front of a church he never attended.
Wow! Hilarious!
Okay, buddy. Hey, I appreciate it. I'm sorry I missed you the other day. I was hoping to get in, but then my wife came down and I had to jump off. So
you got to do what you got to do. Family first, Red. No, you never have to apologize. You know how we do this. If it's open, it's open. If it's open, it's open. If it's not, it's not. No love lost.
Well, someone told me last night, said, "Hey, Zeus was trying to get you in the other day. He was calling for you," and I said, "I appreciate that." But anyway, so
yeah, I tried to. We're trying to make it more accessible for a lot of people so that I can try to hear from all the wonderful people out here, because I like to do these lives, really I do, but it's not about me as much as it is about all of you, right? Because when I'm not live, I follow all of you.
If it wasn't those people out there, what we do wouldn't mean anything,
That's a fact.
And I tell you what. How are you doing over there? You're in California, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you nice and dry and everything? Or?
Nice and dry, and still monitoring all of the affairs of the kingdom just fine.
Excellent. Okay, well, the kingdom of Triple S is doing fine.
Okay, keep it up then.
Smart, sharp, and sexy.
Oh, that's what you are. I love it.
Okay, Zeus.
Thank you, Brother Red. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you. Come to my kingdom sometime.
I do, but you're up very late. I don't know how you are up so late, but I do come.
Well, because I'm 2 hours ahead of you.
There you go.
See you later, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Brother Red a round of applause. Blaine is out there, and he has made it crystal clear that he sent Donald Trump $500. Is that how much you sent Donald Trump, Blaine? Is that how much you sent him? I'm asking because this is very important. I've been waiting for a real Trump supporter like yourself. And so my next question, Blaine, is when are you going to send him the rest? All right, Blaine, are you there, Blaine? When are you going to send Donald Trump the rest of the money? All right, because he needs it now more than he's ever needed it. Your boy's down on luck. His knuckles are out here dragging. He looks like a wolf with a wounded jaw. You ever seen a wolf with a wounded jaw trying to eat, Blaine? Donald Trump needs your money. Don't just give him $500. Blaine, cut it out. Don't just give him There's inflation. Remember, Biden's economy is a lot. Biden inflation. He needs the whole issue, Blaine. Don't come into my life talking about you gave him a little old $500. That's nothing. Listen, Donald Trump can $500. How are you going to stand out from the rest of his supporters sending such a small amount of money, Blaine? Serious. Right, his bond today was just $200,000. Thank you. He needs it by the millions, Blaine. Okay, millions. Sell your house. Sell it. Tell him Zeus told you to sell that house. Go to your realtor. Go to your mortgage company. However you got your house. Tell them I don't need this house. I don't need this car. I don't need my family. I need money to send Donald Trump. All right. Can you do that for us, Blaine? All right, Danny. Welcome to the Closet of Truth. Oh, Danny, I guess you dropped out of the box. I haven't done this business with Danny before, so you just never know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Keisha. Yeah, send them your children's college savings.
Zeus,
It's not enough. Greetings to Keisha. Blaine, it's not enough to do what you can. You got to do more. All right, Takesha, how are you? I'm sorry.
are we not gonna get our picture
What picture?
from Trump?
Oh, that's still coming.
When are we getting it?
Well, when he surrenders, they say Thursday or Friday.
Oh, okay, because I was looking at MSNBC
Hmm.
and I saw something that
He
kind
still
of
got to get processed. He had the $200 bond, right?
oh, okay, because I thought I was waiting on it to pop back up. I thought it said Trump is out on bond.
Well, he is now, but he still has to get processed.
Oh, okay, that's what I came up for because I wanted to know are we getting our picture?
We're
Because
still
I was getting
but
ready.
he's not going to be treated any differently. They got
Because
to
I might,
process him.
I might take those 2 hours and drive down there.
Oh, uh-oh.
I'm only 2 hours away.
Oh, well, listen, you might want to, but then I also am a little concerned. I don't want you to get sucked into that nasty crowd.
Well, you know what? I do need to stay at home because the COVID numbers are going back up.
Really?
And I've already got this cough from the last time I had it. So maybe I just need to stay at home.
Yeah, I think that's the responsible thing.
Well, I've
to
got
do.
about 5 cousins that stay down there. So I'll see if they can run my name and get a picture.
Yeah. We would love to see Donald Trump getting his mug shot, right?
Right. Well, that's what I wanted to know. Well, thanks for the info, Zeus.
You're absolutely welcome. Thank you, Takesha, and I hope you feel better, all right?
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful Takesha. The numbers are going back up. Wow, see, this is what I'm trying to help people understand. This stuff that Trump mishandled is serious business, all right? All the misinformation you heard, it'll be gone by summer. Why can't we just use some disinfectant? Maybe it'll be gone if you use some light. All that nonsense led to the reason why millions and millions of Americans lost their lives. And that's why when they say, what has Trump done that hurt you? The first thing I tell them, did you see the pandemic? Jennifer, no, he never said COVID was over. See, Jennifer, where did you get that from? Jennifer, seriously. You see how the devil slips a link in your mind and you find yourself out here spreading lies online? Now, when did President Biden say COVID was over? Now, come on now. Are you talking about the lockdowns and things like that? Because, yes, those things have ended. A lot of states have reopened fully and they've retracted their COVID lockdowns. That's true. Oh, what video? What video? Was it a Snuggles video, Jennifer? Because listen, Snuggles has a great skill. He knows how to take content. I don't know where he fishes at and finds this content. He finds it in a sewer somewhere, I promise you. And he knows how to consolidate these videos and do duets all over TikTok. Listen, don't just get your information off TikTok, please. Actually go look it up yourself wherever you find your real information at. I'm trying to help you folks. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Z-Pack, welcome.
Oh, yes, I'm here again, and you're here again. What a day! Closet of Truth, and you have a wonderful gentleman behind you. It's such a great picture of him. That's what he normally looks like.
Right, he's a hypocrite.
He usually looks like that.
Yeah.
So the people that are out here on these TikTok streets complaining about Joe Biden and saying we need to go back to Trump and saying that, homelessness is on the rise and all this stuff and everything is such a disaster. I guess they forgot the cause. And that cause is right behind you because
Talk
see,
to him.
if we hadn't had a president who ignored a pandemic, we certainly wouldn't have had a lot of people that were removed from their homes or lost their jobs, and then capitalism is the other facet of that. And so with capitalism, you have people taking advantage of the pandemic, and they made record profits. And don't forget, on his way out, Donald Trump signed that OPEC deal, and
Oh,
that caused gas prices to go haywire. And the reason he did that was to sabotage President Biden. And that
wow.
is exactly why he signed that bill with OPEC, and that is why your gas prices are a lot higher now. And
No lies detected. Wow.
right.
He doesn't care
And
about this country. All he wants to do is get even with his enemies. And he doesn't
right, and
care who it
that's
costs.
what he did on the way out. He decided
It
that he
is true,
wanted to.
Skyhorse.
It is absolutely true. You can look it up, my friend. You can use your computer and see the deal that he made with OPEC to have the gas prices,
Oh, really?
skyrocket.
See, so
Um,
so 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 we put another conspiracy to bed, right?
right, and you really have to stay away from Snuggles. I understand that he can be very tempting. He comes off as this very sweet, wounded bird that you want to fix him up, and you want to give him a chance,
Is that how he
but
comes
then
across to you?
yeah, he comes across as like a bird that flew into a window, and he just needs some assistance. And so what he does is he gets his people in there, and they take care of him, and they feed his delusions, and
He's
he
deranged.
yeah,
Who said that?
exactly. And no, 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 Harmony. No, 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 we're not delusional, Harmony. See, the thing is, when you're in a cult, you don't really know you're in a cult. And so when you worship a man and he's your entire personality, you don't realize that you're doing.
Right.
Uh, and that is true. When the wounded bird keeps flying into windows, you do have to let it go. It's very important. Whatever, that's a good statement. But yes, that is a great statement, and one in which I think we all can really get behind.
Yeah.
But yeah, why would anybody want to have a guy back who completely blew the response to COVID, and who also um, has continuously lied about the election, and he just sent out a truth social on his Walmart Twitter or X or whatever it is.
He
And
just sent out a Truth Social.
yeah, and he said that we need to put a stop to this, or the DOJ needs to be stopped before it's too late, or something along those lines. So he's
Oh,
inciting
wait a
violence.
second. When did he talk? When did he say that? How long ago?
Uh, it looks like it was like a little bit earlier today.
Before
Um,
before the deal he struck with Fani?
I don't know. I don't know. I just saw it on the app here, and I saw our friend Brian.
How long
Uh,
ago did he post that? Because listen, he's under strict orders. Uh,
So let me. Well, he was talking about the DOJ, not specifically Fani Willis. So maybe he was like, redirecting his anger to somewhere else.
listen, I have a hunch that the same people, witnesses that he shouldn't be threatening and attacking, that the DOJ has, I'm pretty sure some of them overlap with the RICO investigation that he got out there in the state of Georgia. All right?
And use a bunch of numbers. I am an Antifa member. In fact, my grandfather was a proud member of Antifa on Omaha Beach in Normandy, France, and liberated the dictators
What?
that you worship.
What? Why they keep bringing up Antifa? What's the issue? Why do they have an issue with Antifa when they
Well,
should have an issue with MAGA?
well, because they think that Antifa is the enemy, when in fact Antifa is the very organization, or not the organization, but they're the people who are against fascist behavior. So when you're a fascist, of course you're going to hate Antifa.
So
Come on,
MAGA,
man.
you're fascist, is what I'm concluding, right?
That's correct.
Wow. So MAGA, you see how this works. You're the one who attacked our Capitol on January 6th,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Oh,
what
yeah.
are you really putting America first if you attack our Capitol on January 6th?
In their own brain, they are, of course, because, Donald Trump wants them to be feel special. Remember, we love you. You're very special. That's what he told them.
Yeah, he told them.
That's like what I tell my cat, but that's what he told his supporters after, and he couldn't even say on tape. He said, I can't say that. I can't say that. Remember, he
Yeah.
couldn't say that. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What a hypocrite.
But yeah, a bunch of people that are putting their flags out, their hats out, and their entire personality. We hate to see it, but that's what makes them feel good, and I guess that's all that matters to them. So,
well, what matters to them is one thing, and what matters to us is another thing. And I would argue what matters to us right now is Donald Trump surrendering to Fani Willis, right?
oh yeah, surrender on my birthday, please. Yes.
The American people and the rest of the world have been waiting to see this. Trust me.
Oh, thank you for the hat.
Yes. Well, listen,
All
Z,
right.
thank you so much, my brother.
We'll see you.
All right.
All right.
And keep up the good work you're doing, all right?
Thank you. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Z-Pack a round of applause. This is what this is about, ladies and gentlemen. This is truly about accountability. We are all looking forward to seeing Donald J. Trump have his due portion when it comes to law and order, because he broke the law and he did very plainly. Welcome, Mr. Haas. How are you?
Doing well, sir. Thanks for letting me come on your show.
Anytime.
Yeah, there's a couple of the guys you put on there I was listening to made some good points. I don't believe he would go to jail. I think it's probably not a good idea for him to go to jail. I think that what they're doing now by censoring him and taking away those avenues he has to communicate with those people that identify with him is probably the best thing. And I also think that this, I don't see how he can campaign under those conditions.
Wait a second. Okay, there's two things you said that I want to dive into, if you don't mind. So the first thing is, you don't think they'll put him in jail, right?
I don't think he will go to jail.
What do you think he'll be able to abide by these terms?
We shall see. History has proven that he likely won't.
Okay, so we got to assume he's not going to follow these rules.
If he has any sense left in him, he'll finally has to get the message at some point that they want him to be quiet.
But you said if he has a lot of sense left. That's a big if.
If he has any.
Because if he had sense, we wouldn't even be here.
Yeah. Well, if it was just Donald Trump, I wouldn't worry about it so much. But if you figure there's probably about 50 million people that would vote for him, but I rolled that number back to between 30 and 40 million that are like hardcore MAGA.
Right.
Okay, and uh, I don't know who, but somebody in the government, some of the three-letter agencies, are probably determining what's the best way to uh, ward off any of these powder kegs, pockets of violence that could ensue from
Mm-hmm.
the optics of that,
Right.
because they identify so closely with Donald Trump.
Mm.
Um, Even these rallies, really, what those are identity rallies.
Mm.
It's not really about policy. It's about repeating the same lines over and over again that
Mm.
get them riled up and fired up.
Wow.
And if I could just say anything to all the MAGA Trump supporters, people who voted for Trump, or you're on the fence, or you're not quite sure how to detach, just do it. Detach, go down another path, find a better candidate. There's people out there, if they just have a chance to get their voice and be heard
Mm.
without this huge distraction that this
Mm.
has created.
Mm.
And
Mm.
I don't feel sorry for Donald Trump. I feel more sorry. I actually feel sorry more for his identity followers, because if you look at it this way, um, let's say you're at a park or a grocery store and you see a horrible parent and you see a child acting out. Um, you don't hate the child. You don't think, man, that's just a terrible child. You know that it's mostly because of the influence and what that child has learned. So a lot of these people have gone into this mental state over a period of years, and you can look at these videos, look at the TikToks, and you can tell they really don't know and see what they're
You,
doing. And
you can see it in their eyes. They don't know.
they don't know. And
Because
when
Trump has sucked the soul out of them.
so much, and now when I look at these videos, because my algorithm has finally started to where I don't see them as often, but when I do see one,
God.
I'm just scratching my head like we're so far apart from a sensible, um, grounded Republican to one of these hardcore MAGA that just gets on these rants and just blurts out so much um, idiotic statements. It's just strange to me when I listen to them.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. You hear this? You hear this, MAGA? This is how you're coming across to your fellow citizens. You're coming across as deranged, obsessed with Donald Trump, unable to process reality anymore because your algorithm is in the gutter. Your
Yeah,
algorithm is in the gutter.
and usually they go right down the list of either hurling insults,
They do.
defending Donald Trump,
They do.
and send him money.
They do.
The
And
three
they're not
pillars
sending him
of
enough
MAGA.
money. They're not. You know when they call me names, you know what I say? I say every MAGA accusation is truly a MAGA confession. So I chuckle when they call me names. I'm cracking up. I'm going, they're telling on themselves. And it's like they think I'm a god, I'm a preacher, and they're confessing their sins to us right here on TikTok. Keep on
Yeah.
confessing your sins, MAGA. Keep on confessing.
I'll leave it at this. Just any of you folks out there that still support Donald Trump, just take a step back and really think about what you're doing. Look at the facts.
Thank you.
Look at what he's pulled this country through. How often you're left to defend him.
Mm.
That's one of the worst things I see is that he just leaves a trail of people that spend all their time defending him.
And this is coming because Mr. Haas here, he's not Democrat. He's not.
No,
This is
no.
somebody who's been down that road you're currently on and is trying to give you some help, all right?
Okay.
All right, my brother.
Thanks, Zeus.
You're
Take care.
welcome. Anytime. He's not confused, Mark. He's not confused. He's sure of himself. Better than Are you confused, Mr. Haas, before you go? Oh, he left already. Mark, why would you say that he's confused? You haven't heard his story at all. He's probably done more for the cause you claim to be a part of than you've done. Right, Mark? Mark, how much money have you sent Donald Trump, Mark? Let's just get straight down to business. Anybody out there that's a Trump supporter, please put up how much money you sent Donald Trump in this month, please. I saw $500 earlier today. I want to see who sent more than $500. Okay, please, because the moment Luke, you sent $1 million, really? Oh, Carl, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we have some. Gene, okay, 1,000. I saw someone. Did they write $80 million? 10,000. Okay, look, this is real. Is this real money, Trump supporters, that you're sending him? Or is this something you were going to get around to doing? Oh, Pyro Joe, you sent him $1,000 this month? Okay, so if you're able to send Donald Trump that kind of money, why are you complaining about the economy? Gene, why are you complaining about the economy if you sent him $1,000? Why are you complaining? I saw someone put 80 million out there. Why are you complaining about gas prices if you just sent Trump $80 million, Carl? See what I'm saying? Every time you start talking out here, you telling yourself, I don't got any money, but then we turn around. Oh, I sent Trump my mortgage. I sent that to Trump. I sent Trump the food money. I sent Trump the tuition money for my children. Yeah. This is the problem. Your priorities are all out of whack. All right? That's not Biden's fault that your priorities are all out of whack. That's your fault. All right? I mean, and you got to look at how Donald Trump treats his supporters and ask yourself, do you want Trump to treat you that way? You sent him a McDonald's gift card. Listen, he probably likes that more than the cash. Do you see how Donald Trump treats his own supporters? MAGA, they're in jail out there in Washington, D.C. He ain't even go visit them. Sent Marjorie Taylor Greene to go visit him. Is that somebody you want to pledge allegiance to? Jeannie, think about it. Look at all these people he got getting indicted with him. 18 co-conspirators, RICO violations, 382 JK Jim. Is that a friend? You love Trump? All right, Jeannie. All right, I'll take your word up. I'll take your word. Let me see, Jeannie. How many viewers? You only got 18 followers. All right, I was going to bring you up in the box, Jeannie, because you would have been the first woman that I could get to come in my box, and I'm going to ask you. So tell me, what do you think Donald Trump's most attractive quality is? Is it his look? Does he look sexy? Jeannie, is he sexy to you? Which one is it? Is his figure? Is he looking real nice? Is he all perpendicular and cut up? Is that what you like about Donald Trump? Oh, he's better looking than me. What makes him better looking than me? I'm just curious. I'm trying to get some fashion tips. All right, I'm trying to get some beauty tips. What about Donald Trump do you find attractive? I'm asking for a friend. Any women out there could tell me what they find attractive about Donald Trump? All right, because listen, someone just said, Zeus, he looks better than you. I'm trying to find out, what do I got to do to get to his level? All right. Oh, he's not better looking. Oh, they're lying. EMS, hello. Oh, he's white. Someone said he's white. Well, yeah, I won't be able to do that one. And all the tricks I got, I can't do that one. Oh my gosh, they banned you again. His money. Okay. So it's his money? Well, listen, I have bad news for you. Trump's going broke. He really is. Because what the DOJ and Fani Willis are going to do, they're going to drain his pockets. All right, and then when they get done draining those pockets, you're going to really see the type of person he really is. He can't afford to get his hair done. He can't wear those suits. He's just going to be in sweats, and he's going to be overweight. Greetings, Fuzzy. Welcome.
How's it going, my friend? I'll be quick. I just want to point out the fact that there's one gentleman that villainized the term Antifa. That might be that gentleman behind you. Now, he villainized it because, well, he's probably not Antifa. He is for fascism. He read a certain book, a book by another fella who was also probably against Antifa. and well, Smittler might sound like his name.
Yeah.
So those two people might be anti or pro Tifa, I guess.
Yeah.
But so I mean, it's just kind of a little bit of a parallel there. If
Yeah.
you're against
He's aligned
Antifa,
himself. He's aligned himself with one of the worst human beings in human history.
could be. I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, they sound very pro-fascist. That's
Yeah. And isn't it funny that MAGA somehow thinks the Democrats are the enemy, as if they didn't attack the Capitol on January 6th?
right.
You attacked this country, not us.
And it's crazy though that it's literally an ideology, and they want to say, "Oh, this person dressed up like them," and they claim to be Antifa, and there's none of that. But whatever. Well, I said I'd be quick. That's all I had for you.
All right. Well, listen, Fuzzy.
And remember, I still got you. I still got you, brother.
Cut it out.
I'll
Later,
talk to you
bro.
later, Zeus.
All right, later,
Have a
bro.
good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see, even Fuzzy's trying to go after the handsomeness, but it's not going to work. Cut it out, Fuzzy. All right. Now, MAGA. This is why we have to take time out of our day and have these tough conversations with you. I saw dissension in the comments section. Why? Thank you for the galaxy. I saw some dissension in the comment section about why I continue to bring up January 6th. And I'm going to say this to you, Trump supporters. I can bring up January 6th as much as I want to. First of all, it's my right? First Amendment right. I can talk about it. Just because you want to put it behind you doesn't mean the rest of this country wants to put it behind them. Yeah, it is a broken record, and I hope you've learned the music that's on this record. January 6th is the day this guy led a coup against our United States Capitol and tried to overturn the 2020 election and install himself in a second term. So yes, and guess what he did on that day? Yes, a lot of people lost their lives. Yeah, Ashley Babbitt is one of them, but a lot of law enforcement officers did too. Okay, I've seen police officers crying to this day. They're still crying because they're still traumatized. They're still recovering from what happened on January 6th. Yeah. And you sit back here and you try to portray yourselves as victims in this country? Absolutely not. I don't buy it. You try to act like you're out here trying to protect these children. You're not trying to protect these children. Every time I go into TikTok, I see you. You're out here using profanity. You're cursing. Listen, you can watch as much Sound of Freedom as you want to. But that ain't going to save your soul. And that's not going to make these crimes that were committed on January 6th go away. Donald Trump attacked our Capitol. He led the mob that attacked our Capitol. And his mob was MAGA. It wasn't the DOJ. It wasn't Antifa. It wasn't the FBI. It was you, MAGA. So don't get on the internet. Don't sit back and start crying. We're victims. We're victims of Biden's corrupt DOJ. Nobody believes you. And it's even worse. It's worse. I posted a video. There's another content creator, Terrence K. Williams, right? I saw this video. He put it out, and Terrence Williams is now attacking Kevin McCarthy, right? He's attacking Kevin McCarthy. I said, this isn't even biblical, because if you read the Bible, it says a house divided cannot stand. So you got a man with a red hat claiming MAGA, and you got a man that's in Congress claiming MAGA, and they are now attacked. They're going at odds, and this is why I say, MAGA, it's over. You're attacking each other. You're making it too easy. You're making it way too easy for Jack Smith and Fani Willis. You really are, because there's no loyalty. There's no honor amongst thieves when we're talking about MAGA. You will turn on each other at the drop of a dime. Instead of saying, yes, that was my brother. Ray Epps is my brother. He's my fellow MAGA. You sit around and try to say Ray Epps is somehow tied to the FBI. Right? This is who planned the attack on the Capitol? Instead of just saying, yes, we MAGA, we planned it. You know what they say? Nancy Pelosi. What a shame. I've never seen such scary criminals in my life. It's like whatever happened to the old-fashioned days when you broke the rules and you got caught and you said, yeah, I did it. I did it because I'm about that life. Whatever happened to those days? Now we got some weak fake thugs, fake TikTok lawyers. These folks commit crimes. You get them on camera, you get them on the phone, committing crimes, and then what do instead of owning up to what they did and showing the world I'm tough as you say I am, I'm tough as nails? They get on and go, it wasn't me. Oh, I'm a victim. Oh, this is not fair. This is Biden's corrupt DOJ, and so on and so on. You think I want somebody that's that weak and lame to be in the White House again? Absolutely not. Own your crime. Wear your badge with honor. If you put on a MAGA hat and you get caught breaking the law, wear that MAGA hat all the way to jail. Don't say it's a conspiracy. Don't say that. Don't say Biden is a Biden's not worried about you. Come on, Biden, like you said, if he's a criminal, he's worried about his next lick. Why do you think Biden's worried about you? Oh, I'm gonna spend all my time worrying about these Trump supporters versus maybe I'm going to spend my time committing more crimes and trying to save my own. Think about this stuff, Trump supporters. Something's truly wrong with your mind. Biden isn't worried about anybody. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the Closet of Truth. This is where the truth is being shared. Mr. Krabs, 14, welcome.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. Is this our first time doing business?
Yeah, I think so. I just wanted to say I think it's pretty messed up that this Jamaican immigrant Fani Willis is indicting our president.
Wait a second. I gotta ask you some very tough questions that determine your fate in this kingdom, all right? Because what we do over here is we keep this live 100% honest, all right?
What was that?
What we do over here on TikTok is not really debating, it's keeping it honest, more so, all right? So
you don't. What do you? Is it like a test type thing, like a game show?
Yeah, you can call it a test because how you answer these questions determines your fate.
Oh, do you kick the person if you don't like the answer? Is that one of these things?
If you lie, you get kicked.
Oh, if I lie? Well, yeah, that's fair. I mean,
I'm
not gonna lie to you.
Lying? Do you like lying?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie to you. I promise.
You promise.
Yeah. I promise I won't lie to you for sure. Let's go.
I don't know. I've had a lot of people say that to me, Mr. Krabs.
Okay.
But let's go.
Let's see.
All right. You promise to tell the truth?
Dude, I already told you I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want to lie to you. Why would I come up here to lie? I'm giving you another chance. All right, I'll get straight to it. In your opinion, was the 2020 election stolen by President Biden? No.
All right. It wasn't too hard, right?
Pretty easy. Let's see the next
great.
one.
Next question. In
Can I
your
guess
opinion,
it?
who would you say is responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th?
Probably the people who attacked it, right?
Who else? Who would you say is responsible? Who's the leader of it?
The leader of the mob? I mean,
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I'm not too educated on that. I mean, who did they have a ringleader? Was it the Proud Boys or I don't know. Who did they get on that?
See, ladies and gentlemen, you see, ladies and gentlemen? You just can't get in my box and start spreading lies and misinformation. You can't. Don't act. You know what really grinds my gears? They swear to God they know all things politics. And then I ask you, who is the ringleader of January 6th attack? Well, I don't know, Zeus. That is a lie. That's a lie from the pits of hell. What a shame. was Donald Trump. The world knows it was Donald Trump. We've seen it. We've seen his tweets. We know that he was drinking the Coca-Cola at dinner time, watching it all unfold. We've had thousands of people on this app come in the box and tell you it was Donald Trump. So I feel disrespected, actually. I do. I feel very disrespected. How dare you feel comfortable to lie to Zeus in front of all these people? Have you lost your mind? And then you get in my box, you start lying, and you get suspended, and then I get penalized. I'm not taking that hit because you choose to believe lies and misinformation. How on earth do you not know Donald Trump was responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th when we have a federal indictment from Jack Smith? Do I need to give you the docket number? We have conspiracies to defraud the United States, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding. What official proceeding was he obstructing? Oh, you didn't read the indictment. Okay, so what are you going to tell Zeus today if you haven't read the indictment and you don't know what the heck's going on? Either you're lying or you're not paying attention. If you're not paying attention, this conversation's going nowhere. Like I said, you know what it's like to talk to a Trump supporter, ladies and gentlemen? It sounds like one of those engines. You ever hear one of these engines backfiring? Anywhere. We can all tell just by the way it sounds. MAGA, what have you gotten correct, MAGA? I'm asking you very plainly. Name one thing you Trump supporters have got. And if you can't say, I'm not a Trump supporter, but then they turn around and go, but I voted for Trump. If you voted for Trump, you're a Trump supporter. Name one thing you've gotten right. You didn't get the 2020 election right. You didn't get January 6th right? You didn't get the midterms right. You didn't think there would be any indictments, and there are indictments, all right? There's several. There's 91 felonies, so you didn't get that right. So name one thing you've gotten right, MAGA. All right? So you've been failing the class. You really have. You've been failing the class, and then you want people to listen to you try to teach? Absolutely not. You can't teach me anything. You've lost all credibility with Zeus. I'm sorry, that's just how it has to be. Let's bring up our next guest. K Black, welcome. Welcome to the Closet of Truth. K Black, are you there? Going once, going twice, sold. K Black, you can send another request again. All right. Let's bring up my good friend Karen. Karen, welcome to the Closet of Truth, where we keep it honest.
Good evening.
Good
I was
evening.
surprised. I was cooking. I didn't think you were going to call me.
What are you cooking?
I'm cooking shrimp and parmesan pasta dish.
Amen. All right.
Okay, so Come Over Don and his band of fruits and nuts are reaping what they sow, and I'm loving it.
You are?
Yes, I am. Donald Trump has got Fani Willis, a black woman who's going to bring him down. Rudy Giuliani is going to be prosecuted by a process that he perfected and used.
Right.
But mobsters, karma is coming home to roost.
Yeah,
I tell you what really
is a black woman. They say karma is a black woman, right?
It seems to be.
Yeah.
The thing that bothers me the most, though, is how callous they were, Rudy Giuliani especially, about Ruby Freeman.
Wow.
Didn't give a doggone care about how he ruined their lives, the stress and pressure that they put on them at all, and the two black people that helped to intimidate her. That really upsets me a whole lot.
Yeah.
But listen, I have to tell you about this dream so you can go on and get with your other people. So I had a dream last week about Fani Willis and Trump.
Oh.
They were having a discussion, and his butt tried to flirt. You know, he thinks he's a ladies' man.
He thought he's trying to give her that look.
He tried to give her that look, and she ended up singing this song by Ruby Andrews called Casanova. I know you're not familiar with that. That's
I
too
don't know
old for
that
you.
one. That's
Yeah,
from
so
back in the day.
it's from back in the day, but when you get a chance, you play it. I'm sure you'll get a kick out of it.
What is it called?
Casanova.
Mm.
And her name is Ruby Andrews.
All right, I'm gonna have to check it out. All right, you got it. You got it. I'm gonna check that out.
And there was one more thing. You know, they should have paid attention to what the old folks used to say about what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. So now,
You want to unpack that? You want to unpack that a little bit so that you know the everyday MAGA person can understand what that means.
oh sure, the lies, the deception, the manipulation, and they should be feeling that now. I don't know why MAGA doesn't still see how they have been manipulated and used.
Right.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
So now, because you practice to deceive, now you got all these lawsuits and indictments and the 14th Amendment to say that he's not qualified. And so you're going to be left in the dust, but you're still sending him money. So, you know, there's plenty of therapists out there to help you unpack what's going on with you, that you cannot accept the truth that's staring you in the face.
Facts. 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 Well, listen.
God did not choose him. I'm tired of hearing them say that God chose him and he's going to deliver him. My answer to them is that he's delivering him right now.
Amen.
God is showing him exactly right now what he thinks about him.
He's delivered. Amen. Hallelujah.
That's all I got.
All right. Well, listen, you get back to cooking, all right, and enjoy your meal. All right.
I will.
All right. And as it's
Good
always
night.
a pleasure. All right. Good night. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Sister Karen. She cooking on TikTok and at home at the same time, right? At the same time. The devil chose Trump. I completely agree. Yeah, I do feel a little hungry too, Mount Negro. I sure do. See, MAGA, this is what this is all about. It's not that hard to get in the box and tell the truth, all right? It's like my grandmother always says, tell the truth and shame the devil. I know this is a hot week for MAGA. This is a hot week because it's like if you were playing a game of basketball, you know, and you get blown out and you go, how the heck did we get blown out? We practice and this and that. You can't believe you've been outmatched. That I get it. You can't believe Fani Willis has outmatched Donald Trump every step of the way. It's shocking to you. But believe it. All right, believe it. The game's over. There's no redo. There's no rematch. All right, check up. Let's do it again. There's none of that here. This is now understanding how things work in real life. He has to go through this process. And if he breaks another one of these laws that Fani has for him, that's his you know what. Ain't no redos. Exactly. This ain't what he thought it was. And again, if this is what happened the first time he ran for office, what you think is going to happen the second time? Trump supporters, think about this. You think these wheels of justice are going to go lighter on Donald Trump next time around? Absolutely not. If he ever gets in the White House again, he will be held to such a high standard that it'll probably be the most uncomfortable experience he ever went through in life. It's better off he goes out this way, if you ask me. It's better off he does it this way. All right. Let's bring up my good friend Belle. Welcome, Belle.
Hi, Zeus. How are you?
Belle, this is your
Yes, can
first.
you hear me?
This is our first time talking.
Absolutely. How are you?
I'm all right. So you know how this goes. I have to, introduce you to a lot of the people here. Are you ready?
I am.
All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, now please be a little kinder to Belle because I know her. I know her. She means well, all right? But she's still in the recovery phase, all right? She's on her way to being a Democrat, but she's struggling. She's struggling on some
Stop
links.
it, Zeus.
All right, so let's get started here, Belle. In your opinion, did President Biden steal the 2020 election?
Do I have to? I plead the fifth.
Belle?
Do I have to answer that question? Come on now.
All right. You're gonna plead the fifth?
Yes.
All
You
right.
didn't say I couldn't do
Okay,
that.
okay, okay, okay. Next question. Next question. Uh, who would you say is responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th?
The protesters that were there.
What about Donald Trump? Bell?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. I don't. I have a question for you. The other guy that was here, and you told him, has he been convicted of the January 6th? Has he been found guilty?
Bell, you know what? I love you dearly, but I got to save the live. Ladies and gentlemen. Bell, why would you get in the box and risk this live getting reported, Bell? Come on now. You know that's not nice. Why would you make Zeus do all of that, Bell? I mean, listen, I was trying to work with you, Bill, but the truth level, there's a meter and I have it over, maybe you can't see it, Bill, but there's a meter if you just look right at the top of the screen at the corner, and when people get in my box and it starts lying, it starts to dip a little bit, right? It dipped a little on the first question. I let you plead the fifth, but when you got to that January 6th, and you know how I feel about J6, it got right to that point where I said, if I don't pull the plug on this operation, this live is going to be wasted. So, Bella, out of an abundance of caution, I had to kindly escort you out of the box. All right? All right? Bell, yes. How many people here thinks Belle needs to repent for her loyalty to MAGA? Does anyone out there think Belle needs to repent for her allegiance to MAGA? Please, by a show of hands, anyone out there? You see that, Belle? Look at that. You see that? So this is genuine love. You're on your way to being a Democrat, Belle, but you gotta denounce Donald Trump a little quicker than that. All right? I'm trying to save you a lot of hell. Trust me, I've been doing this for a while. I really am. Oh my gosh. Let's bring up our next guest. All right, my good friend Kim. Bill, cut it out. Don't come in here with those lies. All right, Kim. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
You are.
Oh yes, sir. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll finally get the Cheeto Puff put in jail.
Absolutely.
We don't have to see the bad hair plugs anymore. We don't have to hear his rhetoric.
Wow.
I mean, we don't have to hear the lies. We don't have to hear them talk, keep bringing up Hunter Biden and the damn laptop.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Shame the devil.
We don't have to hear about how Biden got billions of dollars when it was actually his son. I mean, we don't have to hear all that soon. Hopefully, we don't have to hear all that. It'd be great. It'd be even better if he goes the way of Hitler, but that little short person with it'd be the best thing if he went that way.
Mustache guy.
Yeah, if it just happened to just all end, I don't know. Maybe the rhetoric would really stop. Yeah. But honestly, It's just it's giving. It's giving Fani being a very highly intelligent black woman. And people,
Amen.
and people want to make the comments about, that black folks aren't smart. Whoo!
They found out the hard way, huh? They found out the hard way that
Everybody
they
found out on that one.
yeah.
But I mean, black women are notoriously gifted, smart,
Yeah, man.
brilliant,
Yeah.
and will and have the patience of an elephant, and the memory of one too, and will sit there and wait and wait and wait, because we all know somebody's gonna slip up at some time, and all we gotta do is just kick that chair.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, we ain't gonna kick the chair. So I mean, his chair's been sitting on like one leg with half of it sawed off anyway.
It really has. Go ahead, let them know.
I mean, I don't understand. I mean, to me, if I had to go to court and I was given a gag order, not to talk about certain things,
right,
it would be in my best interest to keep my mouth shut, right?
Right.
But no, everybody has to hear stuff from the windbags. The blowhards. They just can't be quiet. And like I've told you before, that little statement my mom always made. Some people are born with a veil over their face and they can see things before they take place. Other people are born with it over their behinds and cannot see anything till it's past.
Ooh.
And in this case, I mean, the blinders were giving. Yeah. The blinders were giving, and he was still talking.
Yeah.
And now you got people, selling, giving up their firstborn to give him some money. My question is this: why are you giving somebody who, quote unquote, is a billionaire or whatever money? But I mean,
the comments said they gave him 80 million.
Oh, I saw that earlier. I was driving, and I'm like, and you know what? You could have gone ahead and bought yourself a nice house, car, brand new wife if it was a guy, brand new husband if it was a female.
Right.
You could have done a whole bunch of other stuff besides waste money.
And then they complain they don't got any money after they give them.
Oh yeah, he's the Democrats. This is Democrats. No, it's the level of ignorance that you're giving away money to somebody who has money. That's what that is. It's just, oh Lord.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be a special place in hell.
And there is a special place in hell. And like I tell MAGA all the time, if they don't stop going down this path they're currently on, they're going to end up in jail. And if they don't get their soul right, they're going to end up in hell.
I mean, to me, it's like this. I understand that he always pressed upon how he just loves the uneducated. But how uneducated can you be to not realize that you are being taken for a ride? Especially when everybody is screaming it at you at the top of their lungs.
Right.
I mean, you scream it on a daily.
Yeah. I tell them it on the daily, right? So they can't say they don't know, which is why I find it hard to believe when a Trump supporter comes in the box and they can't answer simple questions, right?
Exactly. You ask them a question and they got to turn around and ask you a question. How is that an answer? Last time I checked, that's a question, answer another question.
Amen.
I mean, if I ask you a direct question, I expect a direct answer.
Amen.
If you can't give me an answer directly, then you don't even know the answer yourself. And that means you need to do some soul searching.
That's what this is really about, MAGA. Do some soul searching, okay? Repent. Turn away from your current sins, right? Stop right there in your tracks and look to God and ask God to direct your steps going forward, right?
I mean, it just doesn't, I'm serious. It is. I'm at this point where I don't even try to figure it out. And I'm a highly intelligent person and I don't even try to figure it out. Absolutely. Because first of all, I'm wasting my time and I have better things to do. Mm-hmm. And it's funny how, they'll scream that Democrats are racist, but you're following racist. On that note, don't you think it's kind of funny that a man who spews all this hate and discontent is being taken down by a minority? The irony.
Because they think it shouldn't even be allowed to happen. How dare Fani Willis be able to do what she did to Donald Trump? That's a former president.
Look, the caucasity, okay?
Yeah.
But it's even better at the fact that it's happening in a state where not one soul who has any authority can do anything about it.
No one's rushing. No one that could really do anything is rushing to help defend Donald Trump from Fani Willis.
all I can sit there and tell poor Donald is welcome to the Karma Cafe.
Yeah.
Don't worry about a menu because you're gonna get what you deserve.
Hey! Karma Cafe. I love it. Yeah.
I mean, because you go around doing people dirty long enough, it's gonna come back on you. He's gotten away with it for decades.
Yeah.
He's gotten away with it for decades living in New York.
Mhm.
I mean, and I really think that some Trumpers, the Trump supporters, the MAGA, need to go read his autobiography because he basically says it in there.
Yeah.
I mean, word for word. It
Yeah.
points out. I mean, it's a guideline to being a rotten person. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean we got to be careful talking about karma? Please keep going, Kim.
Oh, I can talk about karma all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Karma's not off limits.
I haven't done anything to deserve karma. I haven't treated anybody poorly. I haven't robbed the poor to give to the rich.
Exactly.
I haven't tried to start an insurrection.
Exactly.
I haven't talked ill about Joe Biden.
Exactly.
I have not been the one to cast the first stone.
Hey,
so why do I got to worry about karma?
Hey, man.
I mean, you can't do it. And see, he's been building his house of cards on wet sand.
Ooh, wet sand. Yeah.
Because it's shifting, and he's coming down with it.
He's coming down with it.
I mean, it's just sad. I mean, honestly, it's sad. It's sad.
Can Kevin McCarthy do anything to stop this?
Nope. No. And you know what? I don't even think he wants to.
Nope.
You have to remember, people who are Republicans, not MAGA, Republicans, have started distancing themselves from him a long time ago. A long time ago. So it's only the MAGA that are giving him any kind of clout. And even that started to die down.
Yeah.
Because the ones that were on the fence are going, yeah, maybe that wasn't a good idea. So they're starting to go back. They're starting to come back to their senses in a sense.
Yeah.
But the staunch Republicans who are Republican and for the party, like Poker Dad and some other people, they don't want that man anywhere around anywhere. And if he does go to jail, he'll never get back in office.
Nope.
He'll never hold another political position again in his life.
No.
So I'm like, go Fani, go ahead, girl, get it.
The poll numbers that you're looking at that show Trump is doing good, those aren't the real numbers. I hate to
Those
break
are inflated.
Yeah, those are inflated MAGA numbers. Trust me, it's a lot worse than you think, MAGA.
I mean, y'all keep watching Fox. It is entertainment news. It's not even news. It's just entertainment.
Or going to these right-wing websites. Trust me, they lied to you in 2020. Didn't you think Biden was going to win? Remember that?
I mean, honestly, to me, it's funny.
Trump was going to win in 2020. Oh, they thought they had another 4 years. 4 more years.
Oh no, but let's talk about his inauguration. Oh, there were millions of people out there. It was the biggest. It was bigger than Obama's. My thing is, why do you have to compare yourself to other people?
Because he's here.
Exactly. He's got little man syndrome.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry for you if you're just you're inapt, but hey, just work with what you got, bruh.
Yeah.
God gave it to you. Just work with what you got.
Yeah, and practice being a little more honest, Donald. Sure,
it's just sad.
He did everything he did just despite Obama. That's kind of what he wanted to do.
I mean, a black man did this. Well, I can't follow a black man and have a black. Come on now. If it's like that, because let's just call a spade a spade. He's a racist.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you go back behind a president who did a lot of things. Some good, some bad. I'm not gonna sit there and say he's perfect because ain't no man perfect. But he did things that were for the country. This man did stuff for himself.
Right.
He is a narcissist. I mean, failed businesses, the whole nine.
Failed marriages, failed businesses, failed presidency. Failed court cases. Yeah.
I mean, if that's what you want, I mean, that's great and everything. That's all on you. But all I know is there's some folding chairs sitting out somewhere waiting to be used.
Hey.
I mean, it's just it is what it is. I mean, it's if people want to sit there because they're talking about how if things happen, if he goes to jail, people are going to go crazy. Go crazy. Y'all can go crazy.
Got a place, they got a place for you if you want to go crazy for Trump. They got place and they got
No,
room
I'm
for
just saying Darwinism works really well.
you.
I mean, it is what it is on that. You can't. I'm telling you right now, y'all. But people better watch who they pick fights with, because some people are just not. They're not. You know, they're not gonna be able to handle it.
Amen. Yeah.
I mean,
they can say they're not going to be able to handle it, but you know what I see. You know, in the future for Trump supporters, Trump's in jail. Biden gets another 4 years.
And you know what's the funny part about that? What other president only set for one term that wasn't that was not unalived while they were in office and or kicked out?
Who did that?
What other president? I mean, I can't think of another president that only set one term.
Yeah. Trump should have had 2 terms, but he didn't. He somehow managed to figure out how to be the worst president in U.S. history,
I mean,
all in 1 term.
But here, you know what the messed up part is that the United States has its own ugly history, right?
Yeah.
But to be known as the worst president of all time, good Lord, that's a whole different trophy in itself.
Right? It's the most bizarre thing. He had every tool you could have to be successful at the job. And he somehow managed to do the most terrible job.
Anybody that told him no, he acted like a petulant little 2-year-old and threw a fit. And then, instead of listening to people who have been doing this, who have been doing stuff for a while, people who have some backing here, who have some expertise in certain things and know how to handle things in a diplomatic manner, no, what does he do? I want to have it now, and throws a fit like a 2-year-old.
Hello.
You know, back in the day, you know, because we about the same age.
Yeah.
You know what happened if you throw a fit in the store? What your mama would do to you?
Oh, you gonna get your behind tested.
Exactly.
Right.
Obviously, somebody, you know, obviously he had it as a child growing up.
And no one around him loved him enough to tell him the truth about himself.
Oh, they tried, but he'd fire him. I mean, he wants a bunch of yes people, and that's fine because you got mega. They saying yes all the time and giving over their life savings, and then living on the streets or living in trailers or living in their cars because they don't have any money. But the economy is so bad, and it's Biden's fault. No, sweetie, try you gave over your life savings to somebody who doesn't give a damn about you.
MAGA, it's time for you to repent. Really, it really is.
I mean, it amazes me when I hear stuff like that. I'm like, I honestly want to ask, were you drinking bleach? I mean, what did you do? Because you had to trip and fall and hit your head when you were in a major car accident, something. You got amnesia, I don't know, a traumatic brain injury. For somebody to do something like that.
Yeah. To
be so enamored with one person, to give over your life savings. Now you have nothing to show for, nothing to do, nothing to live on. But you did it because you support a man.
You made more money. They said, listen, Kim, there's one comment that I need you to address before we move on, all right? Someone said they made more money while Trump was in office.
Who was that, Snuggles?
It might as well have been. What would you say to these folks who continue to believe that lie?
You tell Obama thank you.
You hear that? Tell Barack Hussein Obama thank you.
Besides Clinton had the highest surplus.
Because you know Trump didn't do anything while he was in office.
Oh, no. Wow. I mean, you can go look at the numbers. The Republicans spent more. They spent an ungodly amount of money.
Obama did a lot.
They actually hit the ceiling and went above the ceiling. Matter of fact, they were Mount Everest, on how they spent money.
Mount Everest. All right. Tell them, Kim. See?
I mean, because let's say you had Obama who saved money. Now, then you had a little, Baby Bush. Baby Bush came in there. He kind of went up there, you know what I'm saying? But even Bush didn't do what this man did.
Nope.
I mean, there's no president that has done what he's done.
Because Bush had 2 terms, right?
Yeah.
Did Bush ever get indicted?
Nope.
Nope.
And Clinton got indicted. He got his little impeachment, his little thing.
He got impeached, but he never was indicted.
But he didn't do it twice. Okay.
No.
I mean, is he looking for? Third time's a charm and everything, but really?
Yeah.
You would figure somebody would get their hand slapped and wouldn't do it again.
Right.
But obviously, he's a sadist and he likes the pain.
Exactly. Well, listen, Kim, I got to move on. All right.
Not a problem, dear.
But it's always a pleasure to check in and talk to you. Everything else is going okay with your music?
Oh yes, everything's going lovely. I hate doing side chaining and I hate doing parallel compression.
Well, listen, you're way beyond me. I'll tell you that. And keep up the great work. All right.
All right, dear. Talk to you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Kim a round of applause.
Keep your money in your pockets, MAGA, please.
Fourth sister, what is up? Long time no see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Zeus to depart and tend to other affairs. The Closet of Truth has been a very fun show today, but I do got to run, all right? But I do hope before I leave that you Trump supporters understand that payday is coming, all right? Donald Trump this week, you know it, he will be having to turn it in.
I am giving the defendants the opportunity to voluntarily surrender no later than noon on Friday, the 25th day of August, 2023.
Bobby Spike, what's going on? Listen, Trump supporters, for those of you who are here in my comment section and you're complaining about the level of truth that I am bringing, you don't have to be here. You can freely leave and go and believe whatever you want to believe. This is for those who want to be free thinkers, those who want to know what's going on and do better. All right, MAGA, because it's very clear. It's very clear that you don't care about the truth. So if you're not happy here, you can leave. Like I said, listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
and you do,
if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And I mean that, MAGA, because at the end of the day, your soul is on the line, right? You try to act like you're out here protecting children and things like that. You're not. You try to act like you're out here standing for a cause. You're not. The jig is up. We know exactly what MAGA stands for. MAGA stands for Donald Trump and his crimes. And the American people have spoken once. Actually, we've spoken a couple of times. We don't ever want to see that again. We don't ever want to see anything. We don't want to see Donald Trump or anything like Donald Trump in a leadership position in this country, especially the White House. Because what it does is it causes this great nation of ours a lot of harm. It really does. And I will always bring up January 6th because it is not something that we need to put in the history books and say it happened, but we moved on. No. January 6th could happen again if we left it up to Donald Trump and his supporters, all right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care and have a great rest of your day. I will see you all tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. All right, let's see. What song do I want to play on the way out? Let's see. What do we got? What do we got here, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, I'll just play this. Let's go.
Like that. I'm switching it like that. Like that. I'm switching it.
Later, Bobby. Have a great rest of your day.
I'm switching it like that. I'm switching it.
Let's go.
You switching it how I dress. You switching it how I lean. I'm switching it how I flow. I'm switching it on my eyes. I'm switching it like Tom Jones. I'm switching it. I'm switching it on that. I'm switching it on it. I'm switching up my demeanor. My pockets are loaded.
Take care, ladies and
I'm riding around
gentlemen.
with that Nina. I'm riding around with that ether.
Hey,
I'm talking zip code. I'm trying to jug in every zip code.
Hey.
Now everybody try to say my name. Nah, we ain't really playing the same game. Love to talk about assets.
Right.
Love to talk about get wealth.
Hey.
Love to talk about get back. Then I switch it up and we talk about work.
Woo.
Hard work. Dedication,
I
a
won't
lot of work,
miscarry.
a lot of patience, a lot of waiting, a lot of slaving, a lot of taking, a lot of making. Yeah, see me when you wanna. Pockets full
Brother
of hundreds.
Anthony.
All talks money.
Hey.
You can keep the honey.
Hey.
You gon' talk that talk. You gon' walk that walk. Call me a chef in the kitchen, cooking a meal. All I need is the sauce. Switch it up like that. I'm switching it like that. I'm switching it like that. I'm switching it.
That's right, that's right.
I'm switching it like that.
Mount Negro, cut it out.
I'm switching up how I dress.
Hey.
I'm switching up how I lean. I'm switching up how I flow. I'm switching up all my ice. I'm switching up like time zones.
Time to switch it up, MAGA. It really is.
I'm switching up on that. I'm switching up on them. I'm switching up how I stack. I'm working on a brand new bag. I'ma leave them standing where they at. And I'ma do it to them just like that. We ain't talking about nothing but switch up how I drink. I'ma switch up how I think. Time to get serious, level up. Don't got time, go, huh? Six trying to prove that you got it. See this money coming out your pocket. Sitting at my desk, counting profits. Take your advice, you need to stop it. Setting up shop, make plays. Can't you understand? I'm the king, man. King didn't change, I done keep it rain. I done switched it up on you names. I done changed, I done changed my name. I didn't change my name, I didn't change my name. Yeah. Still making moves, still making plays. Looking at my back,
right.
I'm counting these racks.
Mama Red Wine.
I ain't really talking. What you really saying?
Ain't nobody listening.
Boy, you playing. Switching it like that. I'm switching it like that. I'm switching it like that. I'm switching it. I'm switching it like that. I'm switching it. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
How I dress. I'm switching up how I lean. I'm switching up how I flow. I'm switching up all my ice.
Oh, wait a
I'm switching
second.
up like time zones. I'm switching up. I'm switching up. I'm switching up on that. I'm switching up on them.
Hold on, one more jingle. I gotta close it out right. I do gotta close it out.
I am giving the
Where are my manners? We gotta close it out with Fani
voluntarily
Willis.
surrender no later than noon
No lies
on Friday, the 25th day of August, 2020.
Here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come.
You know the words.
Gonna find you
Sing it.
and make you want me.
Every individual charged in the indictment is charged with one count of violating Georgia's Racketeer, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act.
Right.
Today, based on information developed by that investigation, a Fulton County grand jury returned a true bill of indictment.
Right.
Every individual charged in the indictment is charged with one count of violating Georgia's Racketeer, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act. The indictment brings felony charges against.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
Give it. Thank you, Fani Willis. Thank you, Fani Willis.
Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges. He's deranged.
Every individual charged in the indictment is charged with one count of violating Georgia's Racketeer, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act. The indictment brings felony charges against Donald John Trump.
I just want to find.
Rudolph William Louis Jr.
I just want to find.
John Charles Eastman.
I just want to find.
Mark Randall Meadows.
I just want to find.
John Cheeseborough. Jeffrey.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
Right.
But he's a harasser. Jack Smith. He's a Trump hater. He's deranged. Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges.
I am giving the defendants the opportunity to voluntarily surrender no later than noon.